Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and wow, look at that messed up display. I will fix that while I tell you that we are back with another session of Crestborn by GM Frosty. And well, if you were around for the last session, you will have seen that we had quite something of an event, actually. Um, we found out more about our godhood. There we go. That's looking much better. We learned that we have quite a few obstacles actually to overcome in order to hopefully save the world. And we're going to be discussing at the start of the stream the fact that we have gained some godly powers. So I'm going to turn it right over to GM Frosty. And just to note, if you would like to get in on one of GM Frosty's paid sessions, all you have to do is contact her at the Discord ID on your screen or visit her Discord channel at the link on your screen. And you can also find those in the video information. So with that said, I'm going to turn it on over and have fun with today's adventure, guys. Okay, Frosty, it's all yours.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Andromeda's Adventures. Today we are playing Crestborn, and unfortunately a couple of our players could not make it today, so Sir's not appearing in this film are Paladin and Luigi. Hopefully Luigi jumps on later. But today we are joined by Zen, who will be playing everyone's favorite teddy bear, Kumatori.
Boo.
The wonderful host to our stream, you know him, you love him, Legacy Art Games.
Hello, everyone.
And last but certainly not least, the Death of Rats, playing Helja.
Hello.
Now, last we left off, you guys had wandered up to Calderon and faced the trials, hopped across the various bits of ruin that were floating above the volcano, a couple of you nearly coming to an end.
I had to do physical things. It was horrible.
Never working out again.
At least you have muscles.
You entered the Hall of Prophecy, and you learned about a great war between the very concept of evil itself and the gods, and that this force has spread amongst the world, and that during the war its form was shattered into seven parts, seven aspects. One is the desire that twists and distorts others. One composed of hunger lurks beneath a grand city, and its very nature seeps into the water. You heard about the possessor, who takes what others hold sacred. The sleeping one that lurks on the surface behind a great wall. An anger that spreads across the land. You learned of one who is weak and covetous of others, but is many and crawls inside. And lastly, there is one who sees himself above all the rest, and is known to you. You learned that you were what remains of the gods' souls, fallen down to earth in a last chance of survival, and with the hope of reclaiming your former power. Your crests became much stronger, and you felt god power flowing through you. Helja became far more fit and strong, having the physique of a deity. Sibella's abilities seem to be at the reach of her mind. She's not entirely sure about what they are, but she is positive that she can strike down any who would bring harm against her. Kuma, you understand the inevitability of death, far greater than you ever did before, and understand that there are none who can stand against death itself, gaining the ability to bypass even the strongest resistances in your enemies. while the Yosai, you have become far more attuned to nature. You can feel the life essence throughout all the trees and grass, the rocks themselves. You discover within yourself this strong connection to the swamp that was your home and the interconnectedness of all things. It feels as though you're an extension of life and the earth and nature itself. And you've gained a deeper understanding about yourself and why you are able to adjust the elements and aspects of your spells, is just tweaking the elements that you're calling upon and the nature of magic and the environment. It's an interesting awakening for all of you. Some of you, like Helja, are struggling with the idea that you are a god. Some of you have embraced it. But the lofty task ahead of you of facing down these aspects is concerning, because you are told that you all must become one, and only as one can the seven be destroyed. And the meaning behind that is not entirely clear. But for the first time in over 800 years, in nearly 1,000 years, and in all the ageless time that this evil has lurked outside of the world, there is hope to stand against it. But how do you fight an idea? How do you break its consciousness and will and restore the balance within the world, or restore choice to those that have become corrupt? And you wonder about what these whispers that the creatures you've encountered truly are. Are they the voice of this entity? Are they the voice of one of the aspects? It's unclear. But you have hope. You've been making your way down the mountain for a few hours, heading back towards the town, and are passing through a small clearing. You're only about an hour's walk from the town. And you know that within the next hour to several days, there could be an army arriving from Armiston Keep, led by Lord Azezzar and whatever monstrosity the many-eyed one is that lies within Armiston Keep and rules over this village of Ildami. So let's begin. Wandering through the forest and the mountains. It's a pleasant morning. Dew hangs heavy on the leaves and grass, and the crisp mountain air is wonderful. What do you do?
Well, Yosai says, well, so we finally have confirmation we're gods. Anything else to add on to the pile?
We're the only people who can save the world?
Yes, sir, too. So where do we start? I suppose protecting the village? Have to remain optimistic about this. We can't really change what we are, right?
No, not really.
Nope. I agree that protecting the village would definitely be the best place to start. After all, can't exactly protect the world if you can't protect the village.
Well, let's hope we can have enough time to recover before we do that.
Agreed.
There's quite a trial in there.
Well, we're nearly back. Can you? Can we see anything? Do you see anything up ahead? Actually, that's a fair point.
You can see the tower of the village in the distance.
Right, we are concerned about an army coming, about the army possibly flying over the top. Do you reckon if we were to throw you up high enough, you'll be able to see if they're coming over the mountains, Kuma?
Yeah, I don't think you could throw me up that high.
Well, I can throw you into the trees and then you can climb up from there.
The trees aren't as tall as a mountain.
No, but you can still see something that's just over them.
Perhaps. I would like to point out I don't have the best eyes. In fact, I technically don't even have eyes.
Oh,
I wonder
the
if I
easiest to
could-
throw.
I wonder if I could use some scrying on this.
You could try. Sit down, take a little bit.
Yeah, you were near the mountain peak. You could just pop it up there.
Well, scrying on the mountain peak would limit you to that small field of vision around the peak.
It has
So
to
you
be
try
range,
and-
she knows.
Try and scry on Azezzar or a soldier that you know of, the town, the cave.
Yeah, Zazar I do know to some extent because, well, we did battle with him. But I will have to long rest so that I have my attunement.
Well, shall we try and get back? Should we try and get back to the village as quick as we can? I seem to recall it's quite late, isn't it?
It's
No.
early in the morning.
Yeah, but it's early in the morning. We haven't slept. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we probably want to get back so we can sleep.
Yes, we should.
Yes.
All right. You continue to make your way back towards Ildami village. And, well, Kuma, you remember seeing villagers flee back out. As you wander in through the village, and wander around, you see that it looks empty. Abandoned.
That's a good thing, though.
Well, yes, they shouldn't be here, but where did they run to? Good question.
You could, yeah.
And speaking of, well, I hate to sound like a greedy goddess here, but we lost out on the damn dragon horde.
Though, the dragon, it's a dragon horde. It's not exactly going to get destroyed by some little falling rocks.
If you're going to
Just-
dig
you
out
got
a
to kinda
mountain,
take
dear, go for it.
Well,
It'll be
I'd like
easier
to
than
point.
you think.
It's very easy to dig out a mountain after all. With that entire cavern, a lot of that cavern was made from digging out the thing, especially some of those passes.
I suppose so.
It just takes a little bit of time. But you should be able to get that cleared in about a few weeks, few months, if you get people working on it.
Or just a
We
little bit
don't
of
want-
magic and it'll go a lot faster.
That's also true.
But what do we do in the immediate moment? There really aren't many fortifications around this village, or ways to protect it.
No, and we also need to make sure that the villagers are okay. Checking in on them.
They're hiding somewhere and I have no idea where.
Well, maybe they did it as advised, and they went to field, out in the grasslands or the forest, something of that nature.
Well, some are. Knows that some are probably trapped within the mountain.
About half of them, maybe.
Hmm. Well, we don't have time to both protect the village and dig them out. They have water. They might be able to last a while. Not to sound uncompassionate.
The real question is, what about the ones that didn't get into the mountain?
Hmm.
That's the real concern.
Hmm.
You guys
Well, that's
arrive
simple.
outside the mayor's house and haven't seen a soul.
Well, that one's simple. We deal with the problem so they don't get hurt.
Good point. We have to do it anyway, so two birds.
So do you guys head to Sabella's house to rest? To the wizard tower? Do you rest inside the mayor's mansion?
We kind of have our pick of the town, don't we? Well, I think Neosai would gravitate toward the tower just by nature.
Hey, Leosai, would you want to investigate this weird house with me?
Oh, weird house, absolutely.
We could see what's in there and then stay.
It sounds great.
So, can I just check with regards to the town? It's on a sort of a hilltop mountainside by the looks of it. Is it what's it like from behind? Because you've got the main entrance, and then you've got, by the looks of it, the side entrance. How easily, no, how fortified is it in a way? How easily fortified would it be? If you to block off the entrances, is it easy to get around the sides of the paths, or is it
Yeah,
sort of the paths are
yeah.
only the way in?
Past the edge on the map is just forest.
Okay.
There's a few houses out in the distance. Yeah, past the edge of the city proper.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Looks like it was built probably here because the stone provides a good foundation. And it's fairly central in the valley. It's not far from the mines. It's not far from the woods.
And it's got a decent flow of water through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go. I'm good with investigating this.
Commander, you've received a
Strange
message in
house.
your private terminal.
Yeah, and then we can rest up. Then, if, as you said, try and scry some of the villagers, see if we can find which ones are outside and where they're hiding.
Okay.
Sorry that I'm drawing a blank, but I am actually sick at the moment. Do we have party loot sheet of some kind?
Yeah, it's under character items.
Thank you. I'm just wondering if I have the components to do a little fortifying.
So you guys are wandering through. You pass by the abandoned Tipsy Glass. And Can see the dead trees growing around this unusual house.
Got a strong curiosity of the hag that was still in town because, like, she would care. Onward and upward?
Well, might as well.
Agreed.
All right, you guys should be on the map.
Taking away. Uma seemed to just speed on ahead.
Of course.
There's a door here.
Can you read ping, please? Okay.
That looks like a different building.
Yeah. I think it's the top building that's the old one, because the bottom one has some trees next to it that aren't dead, so I think it's the big one. The upper one.
That's the one I was going towards. Boop. Let's just hope this isn't like the mansion.
That would be unfortunate. It's very
I was
problematic
like,
if
what
that's the
mansion?
case. We don't have time to be in there for long. For that long.
Not really, no.
Want me to go first?
Good. Do you still have that one spell prepared? Detect evil.
Yeah.
You might want to use that before going in.
Detect evil and good is cast at 2nd level. Because I can't cast
don't have
it
any-
first.
You
Nope.
have first level slots? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't focus on the fact that I'm undead.
All right. You can detect the presence of evil, but it's hard to get a real good read through just sort of the miasmic evil that's radiating off of the house.
Well, there's something not nice in there, but this place has definitely been desecrated.
Okay, maybe we don't stay here.
Well,
We don't have the energy and resources to just go in.
Avoid it then? Leave it be?
Leave it. Keep a tab on it. It's definitely a place we want to check out later, right?
definitely. If we don't see any signs of the army and we know the villages are safe, maybe do it tomorrow. If we have time.
No. I was gonna say we should probably immediately start marching towards where the army might be heading.
That's okay. We can do that as
We
well.
don't want because fire. Everything here is wood.
If we have the hours and some diamond dust, I can start setting up some runes.
I have diamonds, but not dust.
Well, you have diamonds.
I think we'll be fine.
Diamonds, Helger, can make dust.
No, I need those diamonds though. Don't you also have diamonds?
I don't think so.
Last I checked, you still had like a 500 gold piece diamond.
I do?
Leosa has just been a bit overwhelmed with everything going on.
Yes, I had to use a damned sword. I'm so confused.
Yeah, you showed me the diamonds and pearls and stuff earlier you got from that one place.
I'll take your word for it.
I explicitly remember a 50 gold piece diamond. No, it was a 100 gold piece diamond that we split in half, a 200 gold piece diamond, and a 500 gold piece diamond.
Hmm. We got a 600 gold piece diamond from one other place, didn't we? Which I
Oh,
remember
that might have
Helga.
been it.
So, because Helga kept hold of that one in case he has to bring one of you buggers back.
Oh, maybe that's the one I was thinking about then.
Yeah, I think Leosai kept a 50 gold piece diamond.
Yeah, I think we split the 100 between myself and Leosai.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid my runes are high cost, so that won't be an option.
I think we'll be fine as long as... You know what, that wizard tower seemed like a secure place. It was also very
Alright.
comfy there.
True. We would have high ground advantage, rain down death upon them, and all that.
Okay.
Helger, do you want to join us this time, or do you want to go Sibella back to her place?
I'll join you. Best to stick together in case something goes wrong.
Sabella will come with you guys.
Yeah.
I do have to warn you, there's not a good selection of resting spots.
Well, if you don't mind me requesting Kuma, seeing as you don't have to fully sleep, if you wouldn't mind staring out the window towards the mountains, that would be appreciated.
You do know I have quite limited range in the dark, right?
Yes, but you can well, is there a moon? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, if you can see some silhouettes on in the moonlight, that's anything to give us a head start. I mean, I'm pretty sure even in the darkness, a lot of dark things coming over the mountaintops might still be a little bit obvious if you're looking out for them.
And I know.
Hopefully.
I know I'm a bit disoriented, but it just occurred to me: did we give up on finding Bin?
Oh, we had other tasks to do, and he's not
Do you
in
know
town
what?
as far as we can tell.
That's a thought. Hopefully, if we haven't seen Ben, then hopefully he's with the other villagers.
Oh, we could hope. You can do a thing or two for them.
You could scry on him.
That is true. Can't right now, but we could. I don't think we can right now, but we can later.
But it's better to scry on a villager with peasant stats.
I'd rather aim at Azezzar. I want to know where he is.
Well, just gonna look up scrying actually.
We don't have anything of his, so...
I have his shame from running from us.
All right, you guys climb up into the wizard's tower and settle down for the evening, or for your rest in the morning.
Yeah.
By the time you get there, it's close to 7 a.m. Sun's bright and kind of coming up. It's orange glow across the sky. It's a little difficult to fall asleep, but between the long walk and the trial and everything that you've been through, exhaustion eventually claims you and you pass out.
Exhaustion.
Oh,
Well, the other side doesn't pass out because elves.
But I very wearily trance. There you go.
Yeah.
You spend the 4 hours in trance. And it's peaceful and nice and far more restful than you're used to, because as you trance, you just feel yourself kind of dissolve into the nature of the area. And a feeling the trees, the birds, the boar and elk, all the bugs and insects and creatures that wander around the land. It's a very pleasant feeling. Helja, you just pass out, having been working really hard for the last few days. And Kuma, you can hear Helja's loud, exhausted snoring.
Before
Gotten used
passing
to
out,
it.
would like to say I use my spell slots to feed the lizard what I've been feeding it previously.
Okay.
Yep, and I've already marked those down.
And while she's in trance and jiving with nature, Leosai will shift to mountain focus.
Okay. All right. So that should give you Spider Climb, Spike Grove, Lightning Bolt, and Meld into Stone. I believe you have 5th level spells. You might not yet. You might only have.
No. It's based off of your level, not the spell slot level.
Mm.
She would have access to all 8 of the spells.
Yep.
Oh, we could go straight down into the treasure hoard. Pass wall.
Stone shape to clear it out, too.
I was thinking of using it for fortification, but yeah, we could do that.
All right.
Wall's done.
After about 3 hours and 40, I will say it's close to Leosai's 4-hour mark. Kuma, you do spot a couple of the drakes flying around as they rise up from the surface, past the woods towards the caves, and just do a quick patrol around the town. They don't seem to spot you guys in the wizard's tower, and then they circle back to in front of the cave.
So it seems like they're close, but right now they're just scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He'll keep that in mind.
Leosai, you wake up.
Well, that was very interesting. Feeling a little bit in tune with the area. I have to think on how to explain that in words, but, well, did you see anything?
It looks like they have some scout patrols with their drakes.
Any idea where they're basing themselves?
Somewhere past the caves. I can't see. I can't really see past the horizon line.
Past the caves, well, that might be the keep.
They're closer. They're definitely closer to the keep, given that by the
They're
keep
on
I
this
would be able to
side
see
of
them.
the caves.
Yeah,
The village side of the caves.
but they're within the mountain range. They're within the mountain range, so they're surrounded by peaks.
Little hills and woods and...
That could be bad for the ones we told to go shelter in the mountains.
The mountain, they're not getting into the mines right now. The people who are still in the mountain will be safe. We don't know where
Concern
everybody
for
else
those
is.
who aren't. Where,
You saw
Where
2
are they?
drakes flying around.
And with the dark vision and distance, no idea what color they would be. I think, as far as I could tell, you guys were sleeping inside. I'm just basically an object. They had no notice. The others should be able to continue their rest.
Well, that's good news. I really should sit down one of these days and start scribing some of these spells. Books are going to waste.
There is some incense and ink in here to start scribing.
You're in a wizard's tower, Leosai.
there should be some fancy paper.
Make use of what you can while you have it. I'll keep watch.
Well, it's more the time factor. It takes a while, the better the spell, really.
Do you have to do it all at once?
No. Well, I suppose it depends. How many of these do we want to have on hand for securing the village?
Again, I don't think we're going to be securing the village. We're gonna go face them head on.
Well, if that's how you want
They
to
will
do
fall.
it. Yes, of course. If that's how you want to go about it, well, I've never been one to run from a fight.
Which spells are you scribing before Helja and Sabella wake up? You have 4 hours.
Or start
Or you have about 3 hours.
I will scribe. 3 hours. Let's see. It's what, 2 hours per spell level?
Yep.
Yep.
So I've only got a level 1 spell to pick from here.
Or you could start chipping away at another one.
Yeah, I'll start working on scrying, which is a 5th level.
Okay. So you get 3 of the 10 hours down. And Helja wakes up, Sabella wakes up. In that 3-hour period, you did see the Drakes do another pass by the town. They seem to be scouting it every couple hours, every few hours.
Yeah, I would wave Leo aside to keep to the darkness when I see them start popping up.
Why do they keep passing by? They know nothing's here. Or they think.
I think they expect us to come, to be here. I wouldn't be surprised if Azezzar's Lord, whatever he is, might know what we have. So they expect us to fight, which of course we do.
Well, with the villagers not being here, it's obvious they've sided with us, so why don't they just burn the damn thing to the ground? That's what I'm wondering.
Make an insight check.
First roll of the day.
And it's a critical 1.
That'll be a natural 20.
Your best guess is if they can make an example of you, it'll cripple any rebellion, any emotions of rebellion.
And then they can keep the village and keep their miners.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to put a stop to that, and I suppose the best way to do it is to engage them outside of the village. We'll just have to choose a suitable spot.
The open field where we found that one drake would be suitable.
True. I can create some cover. We could give it a try.
Top priority is probably Azezzar, since he's the command. Bring down the leader.
Although we know him, he is more than willing to run for his life, so we'll have to keep on top of that.
Yes, but this time he will fall. He can't dodge death for long.
You're really adopting the role.
Kind of have to. I'm dead. Got nothing else.
Oh, you've got plenty. You have us. What else do you need?
A new life. Not my own.
You know, it took a lot of effort for me to say something that nice. You could have enjoyed it.
You're not understanding, though. He just holds up the lizard.
Oh, well, that's true.
It is the cycle. Where there is death, there is life.
And Kuma, you hear Azezzar's voice in your head for a brief moment, and you hear,
the sending spell.
I know that you are in there. If you want to save the villagers and your musical friend, come out at once and face me. And that's it.
Yep, sending spell. You'd definitely get a very simple response. I will come out, and you will face death like you should. And that's it.
Okay.
How much longer before the other two actually wake up? Or is this
I was saying they woke up. This is it's
Okay.
after they woke up.
Okay. Time to sort out. Guys, I think it's about time we go outside, don't you think?
Well, I need to get my armor on first.
Be quick
Don't be
about
too
it.
hasty.
The inevitable awaits.
Dear sight, hand here, please.
Oh, of course.
While she's doing that, mage armor.
Me as well, once I'm done helping, Helja. The helmet goes here,
Make a
right?
perception check, Leo.
Huh?
Or not Leo, sorry. Make a perception check, Kuma, as you've been watching out the window.
Yompus.
You
This is
see a
gonna be
window.
important. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point for magical guidance to reroll it. 16.
Okay. You see a couple drakes fly towards the just a little bit ahead of the gate to the town, the archway.
I think they're looking out for us, so be quick about it.
All right, and well, the chest piece goes here, right? Not on the back. The
Yeah.
chest right
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
If two people help, aka Sabella in NPC mode, it cuts it down another half. So it
Yeah.
should only be 2 minutes if they both help.
Leosa has no damn idea what she's doing, but she just waits for Helga to say yes, that's where it goes.
Yeah. But Hell just telling you where it goes and then strapping it in whilst you hold it in place.
Well, Sabella needs to don her armor too.
Yeah, but then once one person's done, then another person, it's 2 minutes again.
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes instead of 10 minutes total.
And really, while we're doing all this, if he wanted to face us so badly, why did he run the first time?
Because he
prepare
wasn't
himself.
prepared and... Yeah, exactly. Because he's a coward. Simple as that. And then why do they do that? I'm going to be trying something new, and let's hope nothing goes wrong. And he is going to activate his crest mark to use his new spell, Nistol's Magic Aura. And he's going to mask himself as full Celestial.
Okay.
And, Helga, I found a cape in here, and I put it on your armor. I think it looks very nice.
Does it look very nice?
Oh, it does.
No cape.
No, I'm asking.
Well, it is ratty and torn and old and moth-eaten.
You needed a little something.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'll cast Mending on the cape.
I was about to say I cast mending on it. How does it look?
It's mended. It's still an old brag. Like
It's a curtain, but I like the
Yeah,
idea.
it's a
We can sort it out later. But sure,
We're gods
let's just go
now.
touch Sabella quick.
Yes, we're gods now. We have to add the extra touch, you know. But yes, Sabella. And Leo.
But as you go to as you turn Helga wearing it, it billows dramatically.
Ooh.
As tattered and
Do you know what?
like a dark.
I like it. I like it. That's
I can't remember the name of the magic item.
cloak of billowing.
Cloak of billowing,
Cape
literally.
of billowing.
It's every time it's something like you strike a pose and it automatically billows out or something like
Yeah.
that. I absolutely love it.
All right, so Leosai will help with
So-
Sabella's armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
Hey,
not. That's on arm guard. That's a shin guard. On the shin. On the shin.
Oh, right.
Helga,
Don't worry, I'm sorting out the chest in the pauldron.
I should let you know. Helga, you should be able to use that. Use things that affect undead around me now.
That's good to know.
I think I learned something that'll vaguely protect me from it. I should also be not show up with magic detection. Don't know how well that one's going to work, actually.
A couple more minutes go by, and Kuma, you spot a couple of small fires in the forest on the edge of town.
I think they're ready for us.
Yes, I do think that's a warning shot.
Yep.
Sabella, on your feet, and off we go.
Once we're ready to go, 3rd level spell slot, aid on myself, Helga, and Leosai. So you guys get 10 extra hit points.
Nice.
Alonzi. Also, if anybody actually looks at Kuma, because as you know, every time he uses his mark, he changes a little. There's a little black spot on his white ear and a little white spot on his black ear, just as if the colors completely swapped.
So do you guys head out towards the front gate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Helga is taking the lead, her cloak billowing behind her majestically.
You know, and
Acts
as we
everyone,
get close,
soldier.
and as we get close, knowing what he's capable of, it'll last long enough. I will cast Fire Shield with Chill Shield, for obvious reasons.
Yosa has mage armor readied, of course, and she's carrying a handful of coins. Local coinage.
Oh, you're about to ruin Frosty's day, aren't you?
I hope not.
I know what spell you're going to cast.
Is it my favorite?
Animate objects.
Ooh.
All right, so you guys walk out towards the gate, and you can see a couple of the Minekeeper gnolls are out, and there are 3 riding drakes. Past them, you can see Ben is completely tied up, laying next to one of the riding drakes. Lord Azezzar sees you and steps forward a little bit. You came! So good to see you. And you, little teddy bear. I do intend on this being a rematch. You won't get away so easily.
Get away, weren't you the one who ran?
Oh, this is between me and him.
That.
I'll stand next to Helga. Oh, Azezzar, Azezzar, Azezzar. Ye who runs away from death and cowers behind someone stronger than you. You will fall today.
He draws one of his scimitars and he says, "Not if I end you first. I'd get quite the reward for your heads, but I've been given the order to offer you all a chance."
How about no? Are we all in agreement?
Agreed.
Is this what you're wanting to hit him, aren't you? So I'm not hitting him? Okay. I think we're agreed.
I would like to start off with a lightning bolt and trigger initiative.
Right through Ben.
Okay.
I could do. Yeah, but I can't do anything. I literally can't hit Azezzar without hitting Ben.
It's fine, it's Ben.
Actually, I can. I can because it's a 5-foot wide line. If I aim at the Drake, I would hit Azezzar, the Drake, and Helga or somebody. Could you take an arrow and draw it from the knoll to my line to see if it's within 5 feet?
Could you bring your line up again?
It's still on the board unless I'm hiding it. I'm not
This
hiding
one?
it, so yeah.
Commander, you received a new message in your private terminal.
If I aim it there,
You get that one?
yeah, and it just barely avoids Ben because it's at the end of that. It's in the square below it.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Where?
Yoink. This is the button.
I'd give him advantage on his deck save.
Okie doke. Let me roll my initiative and then I'll roll the attack. Initiative. Nice, I get to go before Azezzar.
Everyone gets to go before me.
Oh, by the way, what color are these drakes?
They've got a reddish tint to their scales.
So, I know this is kind of stupid-ish, but this is sort of to prove the point of him saying that Azezzar can't avoid his fate. I will, because you do this when you cast the spell, I will spend a single sorcery point to transmute the spell from lightning to fire. Because it'll bypass their resistances, and it will show them what I'm truly capable of.
Ooh, big brain there.
So you see him like doing the truffle shuffle to gather the lightning for the spell, and the black beady eye that he has turns completely red, as well as the lightning that he fires out. So that will be.
Well, first up is the Cobalt Riders as you go to shoot your lightning, because you triggered the initiative. It wasn't
wouldn't it be? Yeah, but its triggering initiative would still get the initiative attack off. Unless they had a readied action.
No, because it's when someone goes, unless it's a surprise, when someone goes to attack, everyone has a chance to react to that and jump into combat, and where you acted the initiative is when you act.
No.
So technically, as you're going to cast, the riders see that and get to react first, because they're a little bit quicker than you.
Well, the riders
Not
can't
normally,
move, their
but
feet's moving.
Are within range for disadvantage. Actually, no, that's normal with their crossbows.
Are they heavy or light crossbows?
Heavy.
Then yes, they're not with disadvantage.
Yeah, range of 100 feet, and you're at 95 for the furthest. So the three of them are the three riders are like, get down there, get him, shoot you with the heavy crossbow, since you're obviously like doing your little
Truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
I will shield.
Okay. That puts your AC to
22.
The bolts just shatter against the shield. You're up.
Like I said, I'll just... Yep.
Oh.
Just to ask, does it seem as though the attention of everyone here is on Kuma?
At the moment, he's the one that initiated the fight, and the Cobalt Riders saw he was attacking, and they happened to react quicker.
All right. I wasn't sure if when they showed up, maybe it was like, this is about revenge on Kuma, you guys are just here.
No. He specifically said like he was giving you all the chance to surrender.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So give me those dex saves. Oof.
So these are fails.
This knoll, and it's 120 feet, so it's the kobold and the dragon. I think that knoll is dead.
And since the riding drake didn't make his, the kobold can't make his.
Oh, you're using those mounted combat rules. Oof.
Okay.
And then...
So you see, after having been hiding in the tree, ready to ambush, a gnoll falls out screaming, struck by the horrible fiery lightning bolt.
Also, I would like to point out, lightning bolt, especially firebolt, would light everything on fire around it. It actually says that in the spell.
And the kobold dies in a burst of flames, screaming horribly, falling off the drake. The drake is bloodied. And screams. Wrong thing. Okay. This will be it. Azezzar.
So what does Azezzar think?
Oh, he had
So
advantage on his save, so I need to.
Reroll it. He still failed.
Yeah.
So what does he think, or how does he react to the fact that it's clearly the heat of flames, but his fiendish resilience does nothing to stop it?
He looks really, really surprised.
Kuma's just got that little sinister teddy bear smile. Are you drawing the an ignited area?
Uh-huh. It's not exactly.
And for the party, the extra added effect, because I almost forgot it while you're drawing this, when he launches the magic, on each of his paws, you can sort of see the cloth, just very briefly, get a skeletal hand imprint of behind his paws. As death channels its energy through.
But Lord Azezzar hits the ground. He's scorched. You can see his side is burnt. There's parts that look like charcoal scorched on his skin. He's like, how? How do you have this power?
Death comes for everyone, Azezzar.
Leosai, your turn.
Well, Leosai is thinking that Helja is probably going to be going into close combat here. Helja, would that be so?
She's got the pickaxe ready.
All right. Then Leosai is going to cast Stone Skin on Helja.
What does that do again?
Gives you resistance to piercing, bludgeoning, slashing.
I would like to point out the material component for that spell.
Do I need those for my god spells?
They're extra spells. They're not cast in any special way, as far as I know.
Well, according to my personal inventory, I don't have a diamond dust, but I do have 100 GP diamond. I don't know if I could substitute.
For Stone Skin?
Yes.
Yeah. Diamond dust with 100 gold piece, which the spell consumes.
Yeah, I'll let you convert the diamond.
Okay, then I give Helja Stone Skin. And Leosai for a moment is showing her own effects. She looks a little bit more like, well, like the mountain range over here. Her skin takes on that tone and texture for a moment as she casts the spell on Helja.
The texture transfers over to Helja.
Or rather, it looks like Leosai looks a little bit more like the mountain.
And Halja, with her, like, looks like one of those Greek god statues carved from marble, just ripped and buff.
Adonis.
An Adonis of a woman.
And that's in turn for Leosai.
Okay.
Thank you for being willing to make that exchange.
Yep.
220. He's go. And Lord Azezzar runs and gets behind cover, but before he does, while he's still in the open, he's going to cast Fire Ray at Kuma.
Scorching Ray.
For him, it's called Fire Ray. And he's going to do it twice.
Oh, his is an attack, not a spell. That's why.
Yeah.
First one will hit.
And the 11 just hits like a sparkling moonbeam off of the shield, causing light arcs to trail around.
Oh, my shield is gone, but 11 wouldn't hit anyway.
Can we have it so it sparkles off the dissipating shield?
Yeah.
So that Helja's cloak can billow behind it in the light?
Okay, so a 9 halved to 4, doubled back to 8.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Fire rays glitzing off of the shield of Kumatori. Helja's coated in beautiful stone, and the Osai's with strange magic. Time to die. So it fires the 2 beams, and then gets behind cover. And he's like, "Get them, you fools!"
Because he's starting there. Is it at the beginning of their turn or at the end of their turn that the environmental fire does something?
Beginning.
Do you want me to roll something for that, or?
The drakes, because it's environmental fire, not magic, they are resistant or immune. So, roll the fire. It'll be. It's just a thin strip of fire, so a d6.
3.
Okay. Drake is going to fly. 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 60. That's 15 feet. 15 feet in the air. Alright. And ready's in action.
Oh, I wonder what it's got to do.
The other ones. 30, 45, 55, 60. It's also 15 feet in the air. This one seeing the fire and everything going bad, sees an opportunity and bucks his rider.
I can't actually see that one. Is it like is it up here or down here?
You see this one
It's here.
hop around and throw its rider off.
Is that one also red?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this our friend from earlier?
No,
Nope.
that one is brown.
And looks really pleased that it did so.
Looks defiant. That's good for me.
Sabella. 25. There's more up on the ridges. Watch out for an ambush. She jumps over the ledge. She's going to try and circle around this guy here. I think. Yeah. Attack him twice.
I forgot to move Ignis with me, may I?
Yeah.
Why is he even here?
Because he's a badass little lizard.
Nice. Sabella, you hear a gnoll scream and yelp, a gurgling, dying gasp from over the ridge.
Okay, I was gonna say if it wasn't dead, she does have a third attack. Which is, I think, called PAM.
Oh, I forgot to do the Riding Drake's Fire Breath on.
If it flew 15 up, if it flew 15 feet up, it is no longer in range.
It's got 15 feet. It's a 15-foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Which
it's 15
means it
feet
would-
up, it can't get down because it has to.
You would
You
have to have done
guys-
it before it flew upwards. We are 15 feet away from it technically if it's 15 feet straight up.
With the cone, you guys would be right at the tail end.
Frosty, you're not understanding what I mean. If it's 10 feet away plus 15, because it went 15 feet straight up in the air, we are still on the ground. So straight up and down, we are more than
feet off the ground. You guys stand 4 to 5 feet off the ground. It's shooting at an angle forward, so the cone would go at a downward angle.
Oh, wait, no.
We are just within range. We are 14.1 meters away from them.
Yeah. It's just within range to get the 3 of you.
Yeah.
Commander, you've received a new message in your private terminal.
Deck save, right?
Yep.
I passed! I did the maths then. Works. Just.
You all pass.
Yeah, but I still take 16.
Yeah. And then Linekeeper.
4.
61.
We take half damage if we passed, or
Yep.
Yeah.
4, 8, 16.
They were called out, so they're not getting their surprise or ambush. As you see, 2 gnolls up on the ridge. 5, 10, 15, 20. 30. 60. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. The two up top are going to get their attack. And they are shooting at Helja and... we'll just say Helja. Helja's the first thing that they would see. Helja, is your AC 17 or 19 right now?
17 currently. Because I haven't got a shield because I dropped it in the lava.
Okay. So...
That's part of your long rest.
I could have, but she
the
was
first
tired.
one will hit you. For 3 piercing.
Okay, reduced down due to the stone skin.
Yep.
Dunk.
To 1.
Yep.
Yeah, get the dwarf. Eat the dwarf.
Helja, your turn?
When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. That break is 10. I can move 10 feet forwards. So I can leap 25 feet up, meaning I can hit it I can boop it on the head. I'm going to boop the Drake in front of me on the head with my war pick.
Okay.
Two-handed.
As you just run up and leap. Roll your damage, that definitely hits.
16.
You break his jaw and nose and see blood spray out of the wound from the war pick as you take a chunk out of it.
Wow.
I would technically invoke an attack of opportunity from this one as I jump above it.
Oh, I thought you were going towards this knoll, but you're going up.
No, I'm
he's
jumping.
He's going for the Drake.
I went for the Drake.
Oh,
She can jump. She can jump really high too.
I thought you said
yeah.
no.
That's why I was doing the math. I could jump and hit this Drake in the head, even though it's 15 feet up. I'm just going, bang, just taking it by surprise.
Yeah, it's not bloody, but yeah, then it gets both it and the kobold get an attack of opportunity.
And the null.
Yep.
If the kobold has mounted combatant, then it would have advantage, I think.
Yeah.
However, isn't it using a heavy crossbow?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a straight roll. Ooh.
Yeah, we're not doing that in this game. So yeah, it misses you, and the kobold, or the gnoll, so he has a spear. Yeah. Nope, miss. All right. Cobalt Riders.
And bonus action, spiritual weapon. Bonus action,
Drag it
spiritual
out.
weapon. Do we have one? Yes, we do. Again, this is just a pickaxe. Giant. It's basically a floating replica of the other one I've got, of the one I'm currently holding, and I'm going to position it there.
Okay.
Does it get an attack when I first summon it? I don't remember.
Is that Luigi?
When you cast a spell, you make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the target. So, I'm going to attack the knoll in front of Kuma with the spiritual weapon. I'm finally doing a cleric thing. I always forget to do this.
Gas.
I'm pretty sure I meant to do something with my bonus action. 26. Well, with natural 20.
Yeah, the kobold missed you with its spear and just left itself wide open for
6 damage.
Oh, don't worry.
Bad rolls, but it's fine.
I think I could finish it off.
Okay. The Cobalt Riders' turn. This one is going to get up. Turn to Lord Azezzar and say,
Let me kill him, boss! Let me kill him! Let me kill the prisoner!
he's like, fine, go ahead. And he runs over and grabs Ben and starts stabbing him. Ben's screaming. And the other Cobalt Rider is firing its heavy crossbow at Helja.
Oops, I accidentally left. I'm coming back.
And then I believe Luigi joined. Is that you, Luigi? Did you pop in?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So they're in the middle of the fight. I'll let you know when it's your turn. You detected that there was an ambush and went off to circumvent and take one of them out. Killed one.
Yep, I'm seeing right now.
We'll talk about the other things after.
That hits.
For 19.
Reduced to 10.
Yep.
So in total, I have technically taken 5 points of damage. This is gross, and I love it.
Okay.
That would be 19 reduced to. That'd be reduced to 9, not 10.
That's true.
Yeah.
4 damage in total, technically.
All
if
right,
you discounted
that's
8.
all of their turns. Kuma, back to you.
This dumbass used his reaction. I'm gonna go here. Let me see first. I'd say that'll do, pig, right? That'll catch both Mr. Coward and the kobold that is stabbing our friend. Oh, and this knoll right next to me.
He has.
The Drake's in the air, so I can't get that one.
With his cover, that won't hit Azezzar.
He doesn't have full cover. He'd have like 3/4 or half cover.
No, he has full cover where he's positioned.
See, I was 10 feet, 10, 15, 20,
Going that way.
30. Wait, 25. There we go. I can still do it.
I'm saying with like it has to.
I can see his token, which means he would not have full cover. Actually, if I can see his token, then I'm going to use a different spell. It's a single target spell, so I'm going to twin cast this for 4 sorcery points.
Okay, yeah. In order to bypass this cover, it has to come up like that.
Okay. Well, that doesn't quite make sense because it would be the 5-foot space on the side, so it would actually be harder to avoid technically than a direct shot. Either way, I'm going to target him and this kobold. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure this kobold's going to friggin' die. And before you make the roll, I'm going to. I think he's just barely within range. He is. I'm going to nullify his magic resistance with my Threads of Fate. That is the worst blight that ever blighted. So, con save from him and the kobold. And yet, no advantage. So, you guys see with it.
That's one sturdy kobold.
It is a kobold, though. Does it still die from 13 damage? Because they do not have a lot of health.
It does not die from 13 damage. Almost.
It's that enthusiastically stabbing that it doesn't actually notice.
But you guys see that when Kuba casts this, he like sort of pulls from the black side of his body just this ethereal essence, and then crushes it between his paws, and that same essence appears around Azezzar and the kobold, and then just drains the life out of them.
All right.
Still feeling like you stand a chance, Azezzar?
He gets to freely summon an imp.
Leos, I think you should be able to handle that little kobold over there. It's almost dead.
By Ben, not a problem.
5 feet.
I think you have lightning bolt now too, don't you?
I do, thanks to the mountains.
So, as the necrotic energy hits Azezzar, you hear him yell, "Ah! Get him, Ipaku!" And this fiery portal with black tendrils swirling around opens up, and a medium imp with wings crawls out of the ground in the floating portal. Okay. Leosai, your turn.
Speaking of, Leosa is going to cast lightning bolts right along this path.
That will hit Ben.
No, he's not in.
It's a 5-foot wide line. It would go into that space.
Damn.
There you go. No, but no, you were right with the second one. There, it would not hit Ben, but obviously wouldn't hit Azezzar.
Yeah, but I was hoping to clip the Drake.
It's fine. The Drake's fleeing. That Drake's fleeing.
Yeah, that's the rebellious Drake. You'd
Honestly,
kill the 2 kobolds, the imp, and that kobold, or the 2 gnolls.
All right, let's go with that. Lightning bolt on that line.
Okay.
Why is it a spell card?
I don't know.
Well, I think you've got a DC 17 now.
Yes, my DC is 17.
So I guess if you don't have a thing, did it appear in your attack slot, attack list?
Just roll 8d6.
Yeah, that'll probably be best. Fix it later.
Yeah, it's not my attack list, so I'll roll it.
And that one's dead.
Pretty good.
So that won't hit the Drake because it's in the air.
Yeah.
We'll hit
the two gnolls.
Yeah. The two gnolls. Okay.
And they're out of here.
But they get to make a bite attack at advantage against the Osias. In their dying breath, they charge up and bite onto her.
And no.
This Drake will take 30 damage. And it is bloodied. The kobold is not quite dead, but he is not looking good, Mr. Stark.
Honestly.
Which was the kobold that got the 12? I thought that was the one that got the 12.
No, that one.
He's still
I rolled for this one thinking he was within range.
This one's gotten 2 natural 20s on con saves. I think we need to just keep it alive to keep it as a mascot.
He's just so engrossed in stabbing Ben, he just doesn't even notice the spells flying over his head, scorching.
He's taken 32 freaking damage and he's still alive.
Yeah, oh wow. He was the one I was really trying to kill. End turn. As the Osai unleashes a great blast of lightning which kills everything except she intended to kill.
And then, surprisingly, it doesn't really look like it affected the imp very much.
Oh, what's that you say? Damage resistance.
All right, Lord Azezzar's turn.
Come on, Azezzar.
Get up behind Kuma with his scimitars and make 3 attacks.
Okie doke. Wait, how did he get there that fast?
He has a 60-foot flying speed.
Alright. 2 will hit.
Yep, the 19 and the 26.
$14.
Yep.
Bad move, Azezzar.
And still doesn't go off. Damn it.
That's for us.
Yep. Variety Drake's turn. Oh, Kuma moved within range. His ready action would have gone off before his turn. Just barely.
Okay, I will say this one. 15 by 15 is definitely more than 15 feet at a downward angle. Right, Helja?
Mm-hmm. So you do also have the case that a diagonal here technically counts as 15, and so does that, and so does that.
I really seriously find that ridiculous.
Annoying.
It's the
It
same
is.
as the 5 foot wide beam. Like,
Does
like
it cover
there's-
half my space? That's how we do the 5 foot wide beams.
yeah, it would cover half your space. Is where the 50 foot would be.
Okay, time to die then. I feel like that should mean something.
Well, roll poorly.
I'm gonna use my inspiration so I don't instantly die. I take 10.
Yay.
Yep.
Helja!
Do the Rider
I'm
Drake.
working on it.
Oh, looks like I get to die again.
This one gets its fire breath back. The one by Helja. So this riding Drake is just going to blast the Cobalt and Bin with the fire breath because it just saw lightning come from the Cobalt. That's going to kill the Cobalt and knock Bin unconscious. This one. It's going to fly down to the ground. And it doesn't understand flanking, so it is going to try and Talon attack Kuma. And miss. And then this one, since it's got its flame breath back.
It's second round of combat. So it doesn't have it yet. So it can't use it yet. Because you tend to roll it when you initially do it.
I rolled it at the beginning of the turn. He did it on his first turn, and then he gets it back this turn and could use it again.
Okay, it's just your other one. Oh right, that was a natural one because you had it as an attack roll. Sorry, I misjudged when you do a recharge thing. Because it rolls your d20 to hit, so you can get it up as an attack. I just misread it. Okay.
It was going to blast Helja at Leosai with its fire breath.
I mean, Helja, you're still fine.
Yeah. It's another 7.
Leosai is surrounded by the smell of burnt knoll. It kind of smells like barbecue in the swamp.
I'm a vegetarian. It's not so good.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell worse than the swamp, so.
It's
All right.
true.
So, Bella, it is your turn. You do have a Cobalt or Knoll in front of you. He ran up, but he couldn't attack you. And your God power makes it so that if someone attacks you and hits
Hit
you...
or miss.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, Yeah, if they hit you, then on your turn, then you can just automatically hit them with one of your attacks. You don't roll. You still hit the roll thing, but it can't crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. It's just basically it was the higher level feature, but without the attack roll. And it's still pretty nice, I gotta say. Just in like if I don't want to bother, just do guaranteed damage.
Yeah. They have to hit you.
It's based off the ability of Vengeful Strike.
Yeah, of course.
Either way, cool.
Okay. And there any way to get around them?
In this area, no. I mean, you could run around the trees down here and circle around.
Then I'll just smack them and get through.
Okay. You did kill the last one in 2 hits, so.
Yeah, I don't have enough speed, go help Ben, so I'm trying to get over there.
Okay. So make you to hit. The 26 will hit, the 10 will not. 17 will hit for a total of 16. You cut into the knoll very deeply.
And a Divine Smite. First level.
Oh.
Okay.
2d8, I think.
She's really mad right now.
That will kill it. As you run it through, like you get a quick slash with the spear and then stab into its torso, and it yelps and growls at you. It doesn't look like it's dead, and then the fiery radiant energy from the smite bursts through its body. It does get to make a bite against you as it dies.
Sure.
Doesn't have an ally within range.
Try me.
And misses. Snaps at you in his dying breath as the light just burns up the rest of its body.
Over here.
Okay.
End of turn.
Seeing the massive spells flying out of Kuma and Leosai, the 2 gnolls are going to fire at Kuma and Leosai. Leosai? Miss. Kuma? Miss.
Why are they so fast? They're not fast, you stupid!
For once we all agree.
Stupid.
Helja, your turn.
Mm-hmm. Right. Bonus action.
Commander, you
Mass
received
healing
a-
word. Let's see. How many does it target again? Up to 6 creatures that I can see.
Yeah.
I can now see. I can see everyone. So I can see myself, Yosai, Kuma. Actually, are you within range? What's the range of mass healing word again?
60 feet.
Yeah, so you're
you'd have
within
to- you'd have
range. So
But you'd have to move forward 10 feet if you want to help Ben.
Yeah, 10 feet to the right.
then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, jump and boot the riding drake above me. Let's do that first. Get that out of the way. Overhead, 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Because I can jump that high, and that's another max damage on it.
You break its snout and knock out a couple of teeth. It's got blood dripping from its face, and it growls at you.
That's only 15 feet up. I can then move over here, and then reach everyone
Yeah.
for the mass healing word.
Third or fourth? Yeah, third or fourth.
Only third. Because I want to save my force
Just
for
roll a
something
healing
else.
word then, since that's already input. And do it first. There you go.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, it's only 5. I always roll minimum healing. That's what I do. And I think it's a bonus action to move the spiritual
bonus
weapon.
action. So
So bonus action is to attack with it, but is it to move it as well? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes, it's part of the bonus action to move it attack.
Okay. And that's my turn, because I'm pretty sure that's used up all my movement as well.
Yep. If a crew, sensing the divine energy, turns to attack Elja.
I'm assuming Epicrew is immune to fire because it did start there.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to do something. Oh well.
Oh, that's a good point. I could have done that, but I needed concentration for something else.
Yep. It is going to make 2 claw attacks on Helja.
Ooh.
Second one hits.
7 magical slashing.
Yeah, that's not reduced. So.
And then...
Oh, though I still need to add my 5, so that's just -2.
It opens its mouth and shoots a firebolt at you.
Wait, firebolt? Okay, I was gonna say firebolt. That would be a range, so disadvantage, but doesn't matter.
For flavor text, I just sort of fire eat it.
You ate it spit. You. Not the worst thing you've drank, though.
Oh, before we move on, I have a very important question. The most important question that should ever be asked. When Helja got her ascension from god powers, did her beard immediately grow back to full?
No.
No.
It's still growing back a bit. It's getting singed, but because I'm now fire resistant, it's not getting burnt off.
She's got a nice 5 o'clock shadow. All right. The Cobalt Rider that's still alive. Heavy crossbow at Helja. You do not have advantage. It's advantage, but it's so. Yep. Heavy crossbow. Helja. Miss.
Misses.
Kuma.
Bonus action, 3rd level spell slot. Those dark, ethereal claws are going to grow from his paws. Is Azezzar in the shade of the tree?
No.
Okay. Because if it was dim light where he's standing, I'd get advantage on these attack rolls.
Shadows going the other direction. You can see the shadows on the map.
And it's
going that way.
It's like
barely out of it.
And it's like 1 p.m., so it's not dim light.
Yeah.
See, this is the part where I'm going to start missing, literally constantly. And I don't have any more inspiration. Natural 20! And if he has resistance to psychic damage, he doesn't. So that'll be 30 psychic damage to his brain face.
His brain face? His brainy face?
Brain face.
Yeah. It hurts.
He just
He lets out howl in anguish.
He's gonna basically choke him with the claw, and in that little black eye, is Azezzar like looking straight at him? I'm assuming with his anger. In that little black beady eye of his, he would see the face of death. Time to die.
You first.
And that will be turn. Everybody explodes.
Now, as he's like, you first, you see this thin crack open in reality behind him of black. And you can see a bunch of eyes start opening inside the black void behind it. Tentacles reach out, and he goes, "No, my lord! No! I can beat them! No!" And they grab him and start pulling him, and he's like, "No! You! I'll get you for this! I'll get you!" And the void closes around him.
Death claims you.
No.
So much for one problem.
Leosai, your turn.
Well, let's see. Kuba, how beat up are you? Really beat up, huh?
That's my response. It's a fight with fire damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Kuma. And that's a bonus action. I really don't have a main action to take here.
You got cantrips.
That's true. I'm gonna upcast it by a couple levels.
You can't up. Oh, I guess you learn it, but you.
Well, yes, no.
It does use a spell. It uses a spell slot unless you cast it at its lowest level. Is the way it works.
Yeah.
So if you cast it at first, it doesn't consume the first level spell slot. Is the way it works.
Oh, well, I'm fine with giving one up. Take the healing.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, it's that it doesn't. When you can cast it without using a spell slot at its lowest level.
Okay. And for a cantrip, let's see. I am going to. Sorry, my plans changed when Azezzar met his end.
He didn't die. It looks like something.
I know he.
Oh, he's meeting I think he's meeting a fate worse than death.
I'm going to Ray of Frost this Drake.
Okay. That will hit. Not looking good.
All right. End of turn. Healing energies from one hand and cold death from the other.
All right.
Goddess of Magic is back.
And he managed to pull it off. You see the tear kind of form again, and Azezzar's hands pulling through, and he's like, "No, I have to," and then it snaps shut.
I do have to say something. Is this a saving throw against a magical effect? Because he would get advantage.
He was trying to cast a spell to return to the battlefield.
Oh, he was trying to plane shift.
Yeah. and the other thing it did not beat the DC to overcome it.
I kind of wanted to come back just so I could actually beat him up.
Yeah, I want him to come back too.
One of his swords did fall to the ground, though.
Yoink.
Alright, Drake's turn. Top
Get those
one,
recharges.
bottom one.
Well, the one that recharged it currently has no known threats near it.
But sees Ben getting back up and is going to fire breath him, knocking him back down. Killing the kobold and cooking it.
I mean, the kobold is already dead.
And just was going to look at it, kind of licking its lips. Ben and the kobold licking its lips a little bit. You don't get the feeling that it's attacking them out of maliciousness. It's just
Hungry.
The riding drake is going to attack Kuma. Its talons.
I have reactions this time. I cannot block that.
14.
Sibel, I can technically fail this. I'm fine.
That one lands and is going to talon attack Helja.
Mm-hmm.
Miss.
Didn't I take damage from something earlier, actually? I forgot about that. I've taken a few bits of damage.
I think you took a fire breath, and you had taken. You took magical claws from the Ipicrew.
You're fine. Oh,
No.
and... Wait, spiritual weapon isn't concentration, though.
Isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's not! Oh, okay.
That's why people comp. That's why people, just cast it so much. Because
I didn't realize
it's basically
that.
free.
Did Ben actually bite it, or is he just X'd out?
No.
Ben's unconscious again.
All right.
Sibella can go and lay on hands on Mo.
And Sabella, it's your turn.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Surrounded.
Right over here. She's gonna just use all my relay on hands. I think that's like, 35?
What's your level?
40 HP.
40.
40 HP back.
Oof.
This is one of those times where you actually want to use a lot of it.
Okay.
End of turn.
You said 4 or 40?
40.
Okay. Flying Keeper's Knolls.
I'm not the idiot. You are. Shoot the little one. No, shoot the caster. Fine.
They both shoot at Leosai.
Oh man, I'm a caster too. Oof.
I will reaction on that second one with the shield for my dragon mark.
Oh, okay. Your once per day shield. Okay. Helja?
Okay. I'm going to move the spiritual weapon underneath the which Drake landed actually.
I think they both landed now.
Yeah.
But which means I can't move the spiritual weapon over to the what's his face?
The spiritual weapon can pass through objects and creatures.
5, 10, 15, 20. Then fine, I shall move it there.
Okay.
To attack what's its face?
Ipicrew?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say Ipecac, but that's a different thing entirely.
I mean, he's gonna be puking soon.
And that'll miss.
And I really wanted to do something cool, but fine, I'm just going to... Actually, ooh. I'm going to use my action to cast
Oh, I just realized.
Guardian of Faith. Do it here. Because it's 10 feet. Any creature that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian must succeed a dex save. Oh, any creature that moves to a space, so it's not if it's in there already. That's a shame.
That's what you said that you were doing.
I did. I misread that. Oh, for the first time on the turn. Okay.
Yeah, but placing it
It's
does
fine.
not count as moving it in space. Yeah.
That's fine. Up a bit. One space up.
Oh, I centered it on you. Sorry.
Okay, it's one space up.
I just used your aura.
Okay. And I will move this way to provoke an attack of opportunity from this thing.
That'll provoke an attack of opportunity from both of them.
It's fine. It's fine. Cuddles, please. Misters. That hits. For 7 again.
All right.
Oh.
Or I need to make a con save for that one.
Nope. It's gonna go in. Take the.
I still
damage.
need. I don't need to make. It's a concentration spell though.
Yeah.
That one is, yeah, so.
I pass.
Fine.
Yeah.
So
make a
dex
dex save.
Yeah. That passes, so it
10.
takes 10. 10 radiant damage.
He was not vulnerable to it. I thought he was. So, yeah. Okay. And he is going to attack you with his claws twice.
First one hits.
For 9.
It's not looking good.
And range is 60 feet. Sensed it, so he is going to cast Shatter on Sabella.
Cool. See if I care.
It'll also hit the Drake.
And Ben, but I'm just gonna kill the Drake first.
It's a low DC con save.
I did the auto
The Drake
pass
is
that.
hostile, so it doesn't get your. The Drake is hostile, so it doesn't get its your 5 bonus.
Yeah.
What's Ben con save, Frosty?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Because he gets a +5 to whatever it is. He
9.
passes then. So
Yep.
14? Yeah.
5.
I love that I auto passed that.
So you take 5 as well. Savella, was half on
Yeah,
stage.
I already did.
Okay. That's his turn. Cobalt Rider is going to fire his crossbow at Helja.
Straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
That misses.
Yep. Kuma? The Drake doesn't attack you as you move out of its range.
It can't.
That will hit.
For 18 damage.
All right, and you bloody the imp.
And then, let's see. And then he's just going to be like... Actually, no, he's going to hold position so Helja gets advantage too. I was thinking of Misty stepping out, but nah.
Okay.
That's turn.
Leosai?
Let's see. What's the elevation on these guys?
15 feet up.
Okay, time to get obnoxious in a way that I
Don't
know.
burn that on Knowles.
All right. I'm gonna cast magic missile. Gonna be dividing this up quite a bit.
What level?
Let's see. I'll cast it at 4th level.
So
that's
6?
Yeah, it's 6. And I will do. Let's see. I will do 2 on this Drake, 2 on this one, 2 on the Rider.
That's 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Roll
it.
Just do 3 sets. Do 3 sets of 2d4 plus 2.
Kuma stopped me from doing a really obnoxious tactic I've had in the wings.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a waste on this. It is my favorite spell, but still, Knowles.
Kill the Drake.
7 on one Drake, 9 on the other Drake, and 8 on the imp, or 8 on the Rider.
Yeah. Okay.
And more bolts of magical death fly into the air, and Leosai's turn is at an end.
The riding Drake that's still alive, that got by the missiles, does not look like it wants to stay around.
Also a 24.
And throws the rider off. Helja, you get an attack of opportunity against him. He slams into the tree and falls down.
Why not? I want to see. Batter up. Let's see how far we can send him. Because I've been forgetting Divine Strike, which is 6 fire damage on top of the 11 damage.
Once per turn.
Yeah.
Once per turn. But,
So
yeah.
17. That is.
Can I roll a strength check to see how far I sent him?
Sure.
Oh, how far extra I sent him?
Yep.
He's dead.
Team
He's on the
Rocket
move.
casting up again.
Battle up!
Boom. Boom, boom.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You send him over the cliff. He's going to take another 6 points of damage.
Oof. This poor guy.
Doesn't quite kill him, but he's not looking good. All right. Sabella, your turn.
Oh, you could kill him.
Get me out of here, Sabella.
Oh. Actually, no, that was forced movement.
Yeah.
Technically, never mind.
I mean, like, yeah, just take an action to break the restraints.
I'd say you need to make an attack roll at disadvantage to cut through them. Otherwise, it'll take a couple turns to unbind him. He's
Well, I'll
pretty
do that.
thoroughly bound.
I will nullify the disadvantage. You are within range.
Okay. So straight attack roll.
Like, I'll attack him multiple times.
Yep, you use just the tip of the spear and cut through the ropes, freeing him.
And then I swerve, given that they're clearly, spewing fire at them.
Okay, you're attacking him. That'll hit.
Get around. Since they're now unrestrained, they're not threatening, and I can do that.
Okay.
This is for the advantage roll. And first level Divine Smite.
I see 4 attacks.
The second one right here above the first roll. Look,
One of them was at advantage that I forgot to check.
But it's a different damage. Oh, that's the back end of the spear.
Yeah.
Third attack, and then as the attack, yeah. You can swing with the back.
and first level Divine Smite for 23.
Yeah, you killed the drake.
That's not a first level.
It's doubled because I crit.
Yeah.
I don't.
Smite gets crest as well, and you can choose when to use it. That's why Pad and Rogues are gross.
And that's not the. That's not the disgusting combo. It's Paladin Sorcerer.
Yep, that'll kill it. All right, Null's turn.
Looks bad. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Yeah.
10, 25. And you're running off the map.
I like those two.
Helja?
Move spiritual weapon up. For that thing's attack. Yep, because flanking. That's a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
So that's not meant to have the divine strike, so that's meant to just be 8 force damage.
Okay. It's looking pretty hurt.
I'm also going. There's no point divine striking it because it's immune to fire. So let's just yeah, wham it at advantage.
That'll hit.
Oh, that was poor. 8 again.
Yep, it's hurting. All right, its turn. Seeing that the tables have turned and that its master is no longer around, you smell sulfur as fire burns around it and just swallows it up into a hole and it vanishes.
Right.
This kobold's going to get up, and he is going to try and sneak away.
Yeah, that's fine.
Make a perception check.
I don't think I could technically see it through the fire.
Yeah, you'd have a chance of seeing him sneak off.
Yes, I did somehow. I've got a terrible perception. I'm not gonna bother.
Okay. Sabella doesn't have line of sight, so Sabella, make the perception at disadvantage. Oh, Leo, you also don't have line of sight, so you need to
Gotcha.
make it at disadvantage.
Oh, I don't. I can see him
Oh,
clearly.
I thought the tree was in the way.
No.
So yeah, you can see him.
I don't see him.
Oh.
So yeah, you see the kobold sneaking off to 15. Okay. Kuma, your turn.
As far as I can tell, there's no more hostiles, besides this boy over here, potentially. Kuma being Kuma, I walk over and try to calm it down.
Make it animal handling.
I still have sorcery points, so I will use magical guidance.
Okay.
Wrong skill.
It's mostly just looking really nervous at you. It's not aggressive. It's keeping defensively postured. Looking at it, you can see a lot of the same signs of abuse that the other one you saw had.
Yeah. So while
Plus two
he's
massive war pick wounds in its face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the same time, I'd be telling everybody to not hurt it anymore. I would just basically do what I did last time with the one I was helping before. Just present myself as completely non-hostile.
Okay. Leosai?
Well, the other side's just going to be a cruel little bastard and throw a firebolt after the fleeing gnoll.
Cobalt.
Kobold, whatever it is. It's roasted.
Well, the gnolls are fleeing too, but you can't see them anymore.
Yeah, they're all right by me. They're nice.
The gnolls are all right. It's the kobolds that are a problem. All right. So you see Kuma and Helja. The outside fires the firebolt. I'm doing this for dramatic effect. And the firebolt trails and kind of wisps faster. You see the kobold look behind at the sound and see the firebolt and start to run. And he keeps running, the firebolt trailing in behind him. He tries to swerve behind a tree. The firebolt curves around. He's like, no, stop! I surrender! And Sabella, you see a burst of flame off in the distance in the woods.
Try as you might,
Yes.
sweetie, it won't work.
Yes, where did you learn Seeking Spell?
Oh, I've learned a lot, I think. What's with the drake? Why is it alive?
Don't kill it.
All
It's
right.
it's like the other one. It's like the other one. It's just a servant. It doesn't want to do this. As you watched, it did just get rid of its rider.
Well, look at that.
Is it still wearing the saddle?
Mm-hmm.
Mage hand.
Look at that. Noah, Azezzar, and Ben is actually in one piece.
The saddle drops off of it, and it turns and blasts fire at the saddle, scorching it to just dust and ash.
Helja, if you would be so kind.
Wonder if
The way your pick.
Yeah, that's the thing. Helga, I was sort of leaving it past slightly, and I was thinking we were still slightly in turn order, but yeah, Helga would take a step away, be like, "You're making a new friend again." We'll whisper we'll say look at it and say a healing word. Leap up and go hunting some gnolls.
Huh.
They have a ridiculous movement because they can bonus action dash.
That's true.
So you're.
She's gone out to go see if she can find them. Just
But after about 20 minutes, lose track of their trail.
Yep. How? I would, because I know, just because of how I remember the other one. I would call out to Sabella. Hey, Sabella, could you bring that kobold body over here?
Of course.
Oh yeah, the Drake healed up 6 hit points from my healing word on it.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Just
just
the Kuma.
just brag over there.
Yeah.
And I'll just
Me-
indicate it towards the Drake.
Okay.
Meantime, the
It starts eating it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it starts eating the Drake. Kind of calms down. It definitely puts its back to the wall over here.
Yeah.
And drags that
Drags
in
the
and
food
starts
with
eating
it,
it. Yeah.
Yosai wanders over to pick up the scimitar Azezzar dropped as she sort of wonders aloud, "You think he's dead yet? He wasn't dead immediately."
I feel like I would know he was dead. But he might be meeting a face worse than death,
And she looks at his scimitar and she says, "Oh, that's a shame."
The scimitar is made from one piece of residium.
It's residium.
Yeah, we do have something to talk about once everybody's collected themselves. I'm gonna go be making my new friends out.
As you guys are like standing there talking, the that tear in the area rips open, and you see just a charred corpse collapse onto the ground with 2 broken horns.
Well, that answers my
And
question.
Azezzar's armor.
I'm assuming, just being God of Death, I can tell he's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Kuba, before moving on, because he would still have the Shadow Blade active at this point. He would just rest the Dark Claws. Like, did he fall face down or face up?
Face down.
He would lift the head up with the ethereal claws and just whisper to his corpse, "I told you, you can't avoid death." And then he'll walk away.
Oh, that was good.
He won't go right next to the Drake. He'll go close and then sit down and just be a presence.
Really have to scare it.
Yep. Because I think when he was with the other Drake, I passed the check and he determined that all of these were pretty young.
Yeah.
So
Healing word for me is essentially free if I cast it at base level, right? Correct?
yes.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll heal it some, if I may.
Yeah, don't abuse that though.
Yeah, I won't.
Because normally when you get something like spell mastery, you get shield.
There, it gets
It's
a
not
little
meant
more
to have a
healing.
healing spell attached to it.
Well, normally I'm busy, inflicting death. I'll try and forget I have it.
And during short rests, what I'm going to say for Healing Word is that you can do it for free on top of each hit die spent to recover. So
Like a Song of Rest, basically?
Yeah, they still have to spend each hit die to recover during a short rest. You just add your Healing Word onto each die that they roll.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like a better Song of Rest.
I mean, that would kind of spend a spell slot to do it across there. I would assume.
Yeah. Upcasting still requires the slot, it's only at first.
Yeah.
Ben, where do the other villagers go? Are they
They have
safe?
them all tied up by the cave being watched by a bunch of gnolls.
No,
I was trying to help them find some place to take refuge.
And we need to get over there
Come
now.
over the hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wish I had tongues right now. Yeah, let's start heading off. I'll just use Mage Hand to pet the Drake on the snoot, and even though it probably can't understand, he would say, "Take care of yourself." And then you'll head off.
It starts following you.
I hope we can find the brown one. This is the new Kuma. Bring death and bring in new life.
Well, look at this. Our first victory as gods. Not bad.
Well, we're still at quite a low power, so I wouldn't claim it such a massive feat just yet.
Guys,
What?
Yes?
your forest fire has spread a bit.
Oh,
Did you have that create water spell?
Yeah, I suppose I can't
I
create
can't
that
create
much.
that much.
If you cast it at a high enough level, it covers quite a large range if you use the rain effect. Doesn't it decrease it by like a 10-foot radius every time? Maybe.
Not
Yeah,
enough
I
to
also,
deal with
I
the
also
the
don't have
size
it.
of fire.
I also don't have it prepared because
and Binz is attached to his crest.
right. I would like to. Can I see if I can chop down the trees fast enough to avoid it spreading?
Make a survival at disadvantage because you're trying to estimate with the trees. Like just doing a quick thing before you try.
I've got one left. I will use it to help you, Helja, so nullify that.
18.
No. You could
Didn't
probably
think
chop
so.
down a couple of the trees and, keep it from try and prevent it from spreading a direction for a little bit, but it's spreading exponentially.
Oh, I know what we can do. All we need to do is basically cut off a fuel source. I mean, the forest is a forest, right? At the end, it'll grow back. We need to just mostly cut off a path towards the village.
Well, and you remember they started fires on either side of the village. Also.
So I think before we go deal with the gnolls...
Oh, they started the fires on top of us starting fires. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Before we go start dealing with the gnolls, let's do something to prevent it from spreading into the village. Basically, get one ring. We should just be able to clear enough of a ring to stop it.
I could maybe raise a wall of cold energy.
But how big is it?
Oh, we covered the distance. Don't mind my magic phone.
It's the 90s calling. They want their Kono Gold back.
So, I'm going to give this one to you guys. Without some creative thinking, like, Yosai might, if they burn through a lot of their spell slots, be able to stop the fire from one direction around the village. Assume, the village has 4 sides, might be able to prevent it from one side. And if you guys all work together with Helja, you could probably chop down enough trees if you're lucky, and it'd be really difficult to stop it from reaching the village on a second side. But stopping it from the third side is most likely not going to happen.
The thing is, we gotta stop as much. It's like, it's spread too much, but the best we can do is just stop it from some sides.
I was going to convert wall of fire to wall of cold and just do like so.
I could do that with lightning bolt.
Well, that would stop it for a minute.
If it stops it long enough to burn out its current fuel source, it wouldn't spread anymore.
Not that it wouldn't spread that direction, but it's going to go the other direction. But again, like you have to remember that this is to the west, and there's trees going all along this direction, and then further up to the north, which is the left side of the map, there's another fire, and up here there's a fire.
So basically, you're declaring it that we could stop some of it, but we can't stop all of it.
I'm saying, in general, like if you guys can think of something creative or think of a way to do it, you might be able to stop it. But you're looking at trying to stop 3 different fires that are all right next to the town from spreading into the town and the rest of the forest. So
Leosai and Kubo both have the potential to take care of a site on their own, actually. Because I can convert lightning bolt elementally as well. And genuinely all we'd have to do is clear cut one line, and it can't spread, because that's how you stop a forest fire.
Yeah. There's a limited range on it, and it'd take you a bit of time. That's what I was saying. Like, you might be able to stop a side. I know Leosai, if she puts the effort into it, can stop a side. So then the question is, can Sibella and Helja chop down enough trees on the other side?
Yeah. Well, with both of if both of them have guidance and bardic inspirations,
I
think they have a good chance.
I do have guidance.
And noise.
Whoa, yeah.
Sorry.
No worries.
Who?
I was gonna say Leosai, after she does the cold thing here, she could fly up to whatever point needs it and do a wall of stone on another part of the fire.
Yep.
Oh,
tell you what, Leosai and Kuma, you deal with what you can. A wall of stone would be amazing to get whatever we can't get. So let's go chop down a little bit now whilst we can, and then maybe try and build a slight dam as well to build up a water supply for us, maybe, at the village.
Yeah.
With some of the trees we chopped down.
Wall of stone becomes permanent. It never dispels.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that for the worst of the fire.
Anyway. 30 for my athletics check to try and clear some trees.
So are you just trying to put a wall of stone here?
And you?
Well, is this? I'm kind of reserving wall of stone for the worst fire.
Well, you guys have to decide quickly. Like it's spreading rapidly. So
then that's wall of cold.
Hal just gone off to go deal with the bit now. A bit she can do now to clear a fire break.
Before she flies, it'll be wall of cold on that.
So at least buy you a minute.
Yeah, I'm just moving to help chop down.
And we'll send Ben to help with them because he can toss out bardics.
Yeah. So like you guys are here. So like looking at the size of the village. Let me give you guys just sight of the whole place.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some pretty good like nothing's getting past this ravine here.
True.
This is a cliff, so it's not going to go up the cliff. So it's this side, and this side. And this one's all rocks.
And so what I was trying to say was that like sure if you create a wall here, right, of cold,
Mm-hmm.
the fire can still spread out this direction and then it'll spread this direction. And this fire to the right is going to spread down and up. And of course, from there, spread in and back. And same with this fire, down, up, and in. So when you're trying to get ahead of it, just creating, like, using Wall of Cold there isn't going to stop it from getting around. If you create a 100-foot wall of stone, it protects that area, but it can still spread around. So you can do Wall of Stone a few times.
I can do like a box of stone and just encapsulate parts of the fire. Because it's made in panels, so you can shape it as you want.
But it's still quite limited.
It is, but I got what I got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys need a creative plan to try and stop this. I'm just showing you guys the difficulty of what you're dealing with. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can. I'm giving you guys the information to decide, because you could go through this whole thing, burn all your spell slots trying to encase the fire.
Long story short, can I try and make a check just to see worst case scenario what will happen if we do nothing?
Yeah.
Just trying to assess the situation. If we do nothing, worst case scenario. So just probably just a general straight intelligence. 16.
16. Worst case scenario, the whole valley, the whole village, everything burns.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely scenario, most of the village is going to burn. You might be able to save sections of it if you focus on saving sections of the city and creating barricades around, like, or really, like, if you focus, the most likely scenario is you kind of focus on a particular area and save a chunk of the village near that. You know, waiting for the opportune moment to stop the fire in that specific spot. Best case scenario, you might save half the village.
This would be the best case because you would want to focus on the part that's upwards on the cliffs.
Yeah. Ideally we want the tower saved, we want the watermill saved, and we want possibly the mayor's house that's going to have records and stuff. So we want to save this area. That's what we want to save.
Yeah. We want to save the capstone.
Yeah.
I think that would be the right word for it.
And the rest can be rebuilt.
The other thing is you were going to take them to the wall, so do they need the village?
Oh, so that is a good point. We should really just save, like what you said, the tower and the mayor's house, and anything that would have stuff we can actually use, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So again, just basically protect the capstone of the village. I mean, I feel like Sabella probably wants her house.
No, given that some compromise have to be made. It's just,
I mean,
Given-
your house
given it- given-
is kind of in the perfect spot, though.
again, how things have turned out.
So I've done my math. I can after converting everything, I can cast 3 frosty bolts. So that's 360 feet of ice. Or ice or thunder. I guess I could blow up the trees with thunder
So
damage.
pick 360 of squares to protect.
I think
a line to protect.
thunder would probably be best because that would break the trees out of the way, creating the fire break.
But it would create kindle.
That's also true.
I think ice would be better because it would freeze them and make them brittle, and then they could shatter, and they would also be damp and useless.
That's
even
also
after
true.
the ice melts. So
Yep.
Kuma, because I think Leosai, you could technically do the same thing I'm doing if you see it happening. If you have 3rd level spells, because you can make them cold. So I will 120 here, another 120 here, and then the last one I would use to protect
That
the main
will
house.
not quite. It'd take. Okay, I see. Yeah, because you're cutting through the buildings. Picture that as
Yeah, no, we said we're fine with taking care of the bad building, the lower buildings. We don't care about them as much. So
okay.
he's fine to destroy them. So yeah, if I do that, I should basically be able to completely.
So basically, just
Case
stopping it
entire
from
section.
coming past this outer wall in that area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys would watch as Kuma's just. I think because we'd be doing it going upwards because we're coming into the village. He would do the same thing he did with the lightning bolt before, but his black eye would turn a nice cyan, and he would launch a chilling blue bolt of crackling energy.
And that's pretty much going to take the time that you have to stop the fire. What's Leosai doing?
Leosai is deciding where to put down the wall of stone.
How long a section can you make with it?
I think the maximum you can do is 80 because you can only cut it down twice. Because every time you cut it,
it's composed of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. So
it's 100.
Yeah, so you can configure them however you want.
Are you sure you're looking at Wall of Stone?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was looking at the alternative.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with it. But you really only need a thin sheet panel because it's rock.
Yep, true. Alternatively, I can.
So about that much area.
Yep. Alternatively, I've got Wall of Force. But it's a
Wall of
radius.
Force. The problem with Wall of Force is it's not actually permanent.
Yeah. We'd stop it for
As long as you
10
concentrate
minutes,
on this
though.
Wall of Stone, you're set.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, yeah, I'll put my concentration, and like you did it, Frosty is fine.
Okay.
So we kind of really just need to cover this little spot right here.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the water. That's got the water wheel and stuff. So we've removed the grip of that. Those trees would have dropped. Is there possibility for it?
The main
This
thing you guys have to
back
worry
over-
about is the back area where the fire is going to spread around.
That's the thing. Helge would probably spend a lot of the time getting us some good blows in the rock and in the stuff there, just to sort of make where the trees are. Just sort of drop the trees down to use the trees to knock the other trees down. So although it'll build a big fire down the bottom, it won't be able to climb up because she's dropped the trees into it.
She wants to avalanche.
Basically, yeah. But
her and Sabella with Ben's Bardic, I think.
I did roll the 30 athletics check earlier.
I'll make sure to roll
Get this
mine.
done.
Yep, I need Sabella to roll theirs. See if you guys make it in time.
I'm good as well.
And
You would
what is
also have guidance.
yeah? And what is Ben's Bardic right now? Is it D8?
Ben's Bardic is...
I'm pretty sure it's a D8 past level 5.
Yep, becomes a D8. And he is level 6.
So I feel like he would give it to both of them if you both want to roll a D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell, yours is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's 36.
Sabella?
You rolled a 14, add a D8.
14 plus 4 because guidance, so 18.
Let's roll the 1. 20.
20 and 36.
Not quite enough, so you guys have to choose really quickly. Do you lose the mayor's house or the wizard tower?
No way is she losing the wizard tower.
Yeah, Kuma, if you guys ask Kuma, would vote for Wizard Tower.
Is that to lose or keep?
Keep.
Then that will basically what it is realizing we have to take one or the other, and it will be a massive. It'll be that little, tiny little tink avalanche. If you get what I mean, that in the cartoons where you put out that tiny little pebble and it just causes it all to cascade. Helgi just tinks out that pebble with the pickaxe and it just goes whomp.
Well, I mean, which thing are you deciding to protect?
We're protecting the wizard tower.
Okay.
It's also the easiest one to protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so pretty much all that's left of the town...
Is the capstone.
No, because the fire's going to spread in through the mayor's place. Is you guys are able to protect this section of the town.
I might be able to help it out a little bit. I could fly up and detonate a cold ball, like in the air above.
You can't fly.
I have the fly spell.
You have to focus your concentration on the wall of stone.
Damn. Damn you and remembering rules.
Yep. That's the breaks.
Well, I've
Yep.
committed.
So you do manage to take the wizard tower and Sabella's house. We'll say this house as well.
I feel like wherever the hag's house is, it gets engulfed by fire, completely unaffected.
Yep. You would see that the weird antique trading store over here is completely unaffected by the fire.
How about the cursed house?
I think that's near the wizard tower.
It's near the bar in the center of town, in this area. It is also okay. Or no, it isn't. It burns down.
Do we notice anything as it burns down?
A creature comes out of it, burning and screaming.
Arcana checks?
Okay.
I would like to make a religion check on that thing because it was evil.
17. And a meta sorcery points.
Is
Just
anyone
stop
making
watching
a
it burn.
medicine check on it as well?
I mean, I'm doing the religion.
I think we want to identify it before we actually check its body. Just in case.
It looks like it was a hunter from the village, but they've been horribly mutated and disfigured and have strange arcane runes carved into their bodies.
I don't think I have. I do not have detect magic.
Well, it's now a charred corpse, so we can go take a look at that in the future. But it also means that a lot of the forest is burnt down as well, and hopefully that sort of burnt itself out in some direction. You never know, hopefully the wind was in our favour.
Well, eventually it would hit the mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the tree line and burn it. So it's going to be burning for a few days. But you guys managed to cut the fire, like it burned out in this area.
We cut off its fuel source. That's how you fight wildfire.
Perfect.
I genuinely think saving the wizard tower is the better.
Fuck.
What?
I forgot to do something.
What?
We still have the next day, it's fine. We still have a day to do sending.
Oh, did you forget to prepare
I forgot to prepare it, yeah.
it?
The one thing I was meant to remember.
It's fine. But you know what? As punishment, you could use whatever spell slots you have left on my lizard tonight.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
I mean, you're the one who made it, so I had to do it in the first place.
Yeah, but it's good. I did a good thing, so.
Yeah, you guys struggle and fight through the night. You're coughing and hacking. Those of you
Who breathe?
who breathe and sleep are going to get a point of exhaustion as you have worked your asses off fighting this fire.
Question.
Yep.
What about the drake?
The drake's hanging out, and you actually see a couple of drakes fly up from the forest when the fire comes, and seeing a safe area land.
Yeah. I will pet all of them.
And your old buddy is with them.
I'll give him a hug.
He licks your
Familiar
face.
This is the new era, everybody. They are who we must protect.
Okay. The next
If you say so.
day,
What was that,
On the-
Luigi?
Like, if you say so.
upon waking, I need to figure out how to phrase this. What was the wizard's name? Zen. Or well, if we
Halofrin.
Kuma, what was the Delofrin's friend name? The Wizard of the Tower. Kuma.
Oh, I actually put it in my thing. So that would be nope, that's Salem. Where the frick did I put it? I wrote it down somewhere.
Well, I think we did call him. I think he was ended up being Salem because we joked about it being Salem,
it was
Tower in
Salem
the town of
because-
Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
we don't-
Salem.
Because this was the town of Salem. So I've actually got Microsoft Word open for the word count. That'd be useful. So
And I think you were saying you wanted to message his
Delofrin's maid
assistant. Yeah,
assistant, maid assistant.
Delofrin's out of his mind. I'll mark off a piece of that. There we go.
Well, if we're progressing ahead, my wall of stone only lasts 10 minutes, so once it's done
No,
its...
no.
Hmm?
Once the 10 minutes are up, if you fully concentrated on it, it's permanent.
Oh, well, that's true, yeah. The town has its first battlements.
That are like a quarter-inch thick.
It's better than thin air.
Which is everywhere because we're on a mountain.
Very true. That's smart.
Fair.
But after I leave my permanent wall, I'll, I suppose, walk around town, ray of frosting any hot areas while they do whatever they're doing. I'm not in on it.
Make a nature check, somebody.
Okay. Well, I won't be doing that because I'll be using sending to tell Delothrin's assistant. Tell Delothrin, Salem's egg hatched. Red dragon is good. On its way. Will arrive shortly. Will be hungry. Don't attack it. Don't panic. Good luck. And that is 25 words exactly.
Wait, Red Dragon? Who's Salem? What? Who is this? Are
No.
you...
In the sending spell, it specifically states they know who you are.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, they know who it is. He's
Recognizes you as the sender.
Okay,
If
so...
it knows you.
Wait. Helja, what do you mean a red dragon is on its way? Who is Salem? Why is the red dragon coming? What does it want? How is it good? Just what? What?
Well, Helga did say tell Delothrin, so maybe she should be getting answers from him.
This is just they got this message and went.
Yep.
Like, they can't go ask Delothrin and then send it back to you guys.
So he's
I don't
doing
know if
like
I-
the tilted puppy head at the moment.
So Leosai, you look out and you see that the forest has burned out, like, since you rested, all the way towards the caves and out. It is the whole mountain is burning. The air smells of smoke. But I need to take you into general for a moment.
Okay. Because I feel it's justified, and I think I have another spell slot for it. 'Cause it's 3rd level.
Or can everyone else go into general for a moment? That way it doesn't mess with the stream.
Okay. But before we do that, my reply to her will be using the other thing of Delothrin. Salem's Delothrin's old friend.
Let's get to that after.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll do that after. Where's general?
Luigi, can you hop over to general?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Leosai, as you're looking out over the forest and what remains of it, you realize that the people that were tied up by the gnolls that Azezzar had captured could not have survived the forest fire and would have died a very terrifying death surrounded by walls of a burning forest, tied up, fighting to escape for freedom.
Oh my.
You guys chose to save the town and not the people. And you don't know if you want to break it to Sabella before or after you find the bodies. That's up to you.
Oh my. So none of them survived?
No, you know that half the villagers were trapped inside the caves.
Right.
But the other half were outside in the woods and tied up and captured by Azezzar.
Okay.
And you guys ran to the village and spent all night fighting the fire.
Okay.
And then took a rest and let the fire burn the rest of the woods.
She would... Well, I kind of see myself as a mixture of goddess of nature and magic. Are you thinking more nature?
What do you mean?
I'm what I was goddess of. Was it more nature or magic?
Nature, like Gaia, the earth of nature.
Okay. I think her inclination then would be to tell in advance. They've returned to the earth. They will give rise to new life. Even though it's horrible, we made a mistake.
Okay, I'm just saying that. Will you go into general, or actually, let me. You can stay here. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell Zen because his character being deaf would feel it.
Yeah, you did it in roll 20, and I wasn't paying attention to roll 20.
It's okay. So Zen, through the night, you felt many souls passing from the world. That's all I'm going to say. And then, Zen, will you hop over and tell everyone to come back?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys wake up. You know, you felt the fire. You were sending the sending. Death, you wanted to send another sending?
Yep.
Okay.
So, again to her, Salem's Delothrin's old friend. Don't know how it's good. It wants safety from corruption. Oh, I've put that in twice. I don't know how good it just is. Again, good luck.
If you don't know how it's good, how do you know that it's good? Will Delothrin remember Salem? I'll see what I can do to help, I guess.
I'm not giving them any more. That's 2 spell slots gone.
It's expensive to have a long distance call.
It is.
You need to get a better long distance service provider.
Yeah, this is a grumpy old dwarf. This is a grumpy dwarf that doesn't want to deal with Kuma's fault.
All right. So you guys are sitting there. You guys all see Leosai looking out the window of the wizard tower and start to cry.
And Neosai almost never shows emotion, so her crying is a big thing. But she composes herself, and she turns around and says, well, I really think it's better to tell you this now rather than later. We picked the wrong battle here. The villagers in the caves probably safe. We didn't think of the ones that weren't. And they were tied up in the trees for the fire. So they're all, I do believe, dead.
I think I can confirm that. And probably yet more wild animals.
Yes, most of the forest is gone, and they were tied up left to die. The ones that aren't in the caves. I'm sorry, Isabella. I thought it better for you to know before we found the bodies. I really should have foreseen that. I really should have.
We should have just let the whole village burn down if the event that happened.
But there are still some who can come back. We can get the ones out of the cave.
You have any way of opening the way?
Well, slowly but surely I can reshape stone, if they hold out.
Do it now.
I actually have quite a few ways I could pull this off, I think.
So do you guys head to the caves? Do you look for the remains?
Leosai's gonna go to the caves. They can go wherever they want. Her priority is to get the villagers out of the caves.
Yep. I would go too.
Okay.
Helga will go find where the bodies. We'll go find where the bodies are, and we'll get to work on a mass grave. We'll just sort of be digging the hole and
Okay.
laying the bodies out, rather than she's not burying them yet. But she'll get to work on a mass grave.
You can see, it looks like some of them like scooched while they were tied up to try and gather up and protect each other. A couple managed to get free and looked like they died trying to help others get free. Some of them just ran after they got free and didn't, some of them might have made it a bit, but it's hard to run through a forest fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a depressing sight.
No, she's, just making a point that she's not very much looking us straight in the face anymore.
Not looking anyone in the face anymore.
She isn't looking at Isabella isn't looking at any of you anymore. She's intentionally trying to face away, just like very upset. Oh, she's been staying very silent so far.
Yeah, Kuba's gonna be quiet, but for a different reason.
There's a quiet over you guys as you work to clear the caves and make the grave
And Leosai will use whatever she's got for spells, animate objects, stone shape. She could use fireball to blast some of them apart. Whatever she's got.
You burn through pretty much all of your magic, clearing out. The easiest area to clear out is the area where the dragon was, because it's the most just rubbled.
I feel like
smallest pieces.
How much would a single path wall do? Because that's a 20-foot hallway, basically.
That, after clearing out a a majority of the stuff at that, you could make a pass wall to the stairway that goes into the caves.
Yep.
And
I would be
then-
helping.
Go ahead.
I'd be helping with things like chromatic orbs. Basically, I just do things to make acid to melt the rocks rather than blowing them up.
Yeah.
As the finale, though, I'll make a pass wall to hopefully reach them at long last.
Yeah, and then Leosai, I need a con save because all of the acid melting stone is making some pretty noxious fumes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alright. You guys are good.
It'd be a 19 because I feel like it'd be next to each other.
Yeah. And you guys do get to the villagers and get access into the tunnel, the stairway down to the tunnel of the mines, which are all intact. It's just this surface area that collapsed. But you spend the rest of the day kind of in silence. And didn't see the bigger picture. You know, the words of Azezzar having said that, been saying that the people were tied up in the woods, and again, like, you're coming here and just the various things you've done on your journey, and sort of trying to rethink and find yourself and figure out your priorities.
Having, since we were all there, that we were talking to them, having seen the entire village at one point, what kinds of people is this group? Is it a wide variety? Are these the workers? Are these the elderly, the young?
There's some elderly, a few young, and a couple workers. There's about 100 people. Looks like most of the able-bodied were trying to carry stuff and weren't in the mines. So these are the weaker of the group, or the people who didn't have a lot of stuff in town, like the barkeep and stuff, trying to bring food and everything like that. And a couple of the stronger people for protecting them.
So yeah, Kuma's got definitely got an entirely different perspective on the situation than the rest of the group. I can tell you that much.
Leosai's just generally thinking it's a bad situation because, well, that's not a sustainable population. It's mostly the elderly and the very young. So what do we do with them?
The young are the new era.
And that's where we're going to call it for today. As you guys get in touch, find out, and find the villagers to let them know that it's safe.
All right.
So you said we went through the dragon's horde to get there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is true.
So you guys are going to find
That reminds me, whatever party loot, I picked up Azezzar's sword earlier as well.
Did anyone bother searching Azezzar's body?
I thought Leosai did.
No, you guys just looked at it.
I just picked up his sword. He hadn't been deposited yet.
I did.
No, I think we were too busy worrying about the fire.
Yeah.
The staff.
Yeah, but somebody here has identify, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't Helja have that permanently?
Yeah, but I can't actually cast it yet because I still haven't found the pearl.
Azezzar's armor.
That looks pretty nice.
Ooh, it does.
If only I could wear it.
Yeah. Darn shame.
Out of spite.
That's a lot of coins. Too bad we don't have anywhere to spend them.
I mean, if we ever go back.
That's true. And I have
We
a
have
use
a bag
for
of holding,
coins.
we can carry them. You want to cast Payday?
Catapult with gold coins.
No, even worse than Catapult.
Oh yes, wait until I use it. Whoa.
And you guys are each going to get 1,500 experience.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Andromeda Adventures. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, Legacy. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you, Death. Thank you, Zen. As always, it is a pleasure to game with you guys, and definitely interested to see where things go from here. Now that you guys have some sense of what you need to do and how you're going to resolve things with the village in the end. Anyone that's interested in joining the game, we do have Bin available to play, as well as room for more characters and another player. So check out the links in the description and send us a message.
Yep, and you can.
Thank you again.
You can also see all of that contact information right in the video. So thank you very much, Frosty, for letting us stream for a good cause as always. Thank you, all my fellow players, for letting yourselves
And that's a wrap.
Yep, and that's a wrap.
Yep.
All right, guys, that was session 14 of Crestborn with GM Frosty, and wow, was it ever an eventful session. As Frosty was saying, we do have some space here in the game if anyone out there would like to join. You can take over the character of Bin, who is a very cool character. Or you can also occupy one of the empty spaces and make a new character of your own. Either which way, just contact Frosty using the info on your screen or in the video information. That said, it's been wonderful streaming for you all today for a good cause, supporting disabled and chronically ill gamers. And I hope you guys will tune back in soon, because I'm going to start streaming a new game as well. Not a D&D game, but a new game that was contributed recently, which I think you'll enjoy. So until then, everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other.